Hey, what's up everybody? It's Claudio here and I am at the Central Park Duathlon, March 31st, 2019. This is a 2.2 mile run, 12 mile bike, 2.2 mile run. Got my tri shoes in there, got my Cannondale Super 6 Evo road bike, not a TT bike. I got it set up with some aero bars in there, and I got my regular helmet, no aero helmet, not yet. So here we are getting ready at the corral to start this race. So I've been here, this is my second time at this race and I'm happy to be back. I've been kind of out of commission running wise for really all of last year. I had a stress fracture that just wouldn't go away on my right foot, and here I am happy to be running again. Feels so good. We're going up this hill right away, and kind of spikes your heart rate, but it's a good little warm-up. I end up averaging 7:46 per mile on these first 2 miles, which is nice for me. Actually very good. I'm happy with that, coming out of the injury. So I ran in my goal. I met my goal, but not on the second leg of the run. On the last leg, I ended up getting a cramp in my stomach and I was so slowed down. I got down to my average was 9:40 something per mile. Here I am at transition, and I just sit down. I don't care. I put my shoes on. Some people leave them on their bike. I'm not that professional yet. So I lost like 2 minutes at transition just fumbling around with the GoPro. I had to switch out to my other one. And I took my gloves off. My hands were sweaty and I had to put them back again. And it's super hard when your hands are sweaty. So I was bummed. I got super slowed down. But you know, I had to do what I had to do for the channel, for you guys. So I am coming out of transition and I'm a little bummed, but I'm ready to just go for it on the bike. Last time, 2 years ago, when I did this race, I averaged 150 watts for the bike leg, the 12 miles, and today I averaged 207. So I'm happy with that. Strong gains, decent strong gains. And I think the average speed was 22 miles an hour. This is a course with a lot of hills. So here I am, I'm just hammering it. I'm out of there. I just want to make up all that time that I lost. And here are my stats. Age 36, 156 pounds. FTP is around 250. Max heart rate 187, 190. And I train about 10 hours a week. 5 of those hours are on the bike. I have a coach who does all my programming. He's great. So here I am, starting off, going up this hill, and I'm determined. I need to pass people, a lot of them. If you guys watch my videos, you know that I get dropped at almost every single race. All those crit races, I'm just constantly getting dropped within the first lap or the first 10 minutes. So here at this race, I'm super hyped because I'm actually just passing people. I'm dropping people left and right. And it feels so good to finally, pass people. No offense, that we're all in here having a good time, but man, it's totally different when you feel like you're doing a good job, I'm just dropping them. See ya. I gotta have my little moment here. Moment of glory. I'm not even going that fast, whatever. But it feels good. Here's, tight spots. I gotta maneuver around to pass them. I've got my aero bars. These aero bars, these like sort of clip-on bars that you can buy on Amazon for like $100. And they work. If you ever thought about putting aero bars on your road bike, they really do work. I felt the speed. I felt this added speed from the aerodynamics. I'm sure that I gained a bunch of watts from that, some added speed. My only complaint is that my wrists are kind of, maybe they're just not used to them, but they're in a funny position, kind of leaning forward. So that's the only thing. I did kind of train with it on the trainer to get used to it. I had to move my seat all the way forward, and I had to move the aero bars kind of back. You kind of have to get the right geometry, but it's never perfect. It's not like on a TT bike, which I am in the market for. I'm excited to shop. I don't know if I should go fancy and get a new bike, or just start off with something from Craigslist. Maybe a Cervelo, a P2, P3, something like that. Let's see. So, my time was, for this whole race, was 1 hour, 22 minutes, 25 seconds. I ended up 12th in my age group. But I'm really not happy with the second part of the run. The last 2.2 miles, I had this cramp. It was creeping up on me on the bike, at the end of the bike, my right side. I didn't think much of it, and I just started feeling it in the run at the end, and it slowed me down to I had to walk for like a good 10 seconds. And then at some point I was just doing 11-minute miles pace. I averaged 9:47 per mile. Kind of a bummer. I really wanted to get another like 7.5-minute mile pace out of that run. But things happen. This is the first race of the year, as far as like a duathlon, triathlon type of race, and it's just figuring out where you are. I am operating on 4 hours of sleep at this race because I work in the wedding industry, and I had a gig the night before. I'm a musician, so 4 hours of sleep. Things happen to your body. Here's this downhill, big swooping turn. I'm in aero position, but I think I definitely braked there. It's kind of annoying. I don't know how to handle the bike very well in the aero position. I'm not confident. I'm sure I could have taken that turn fine, but I don't have enough time spent in that aero position and riding outside. But again, it's fast. The aero position is totally worth being in, no matter how uncomfortable it is. When you're going uphill, the gains are not as much, but still it's there. Again, I averaged 207 watts. It's good. I felt like I put a good effort. It's hard to find watts going downhill, but easy to find watts going uphill, right? So this is a good start to the season. I'm definitely doing the New York City Triathlon in July, I believe. And that's an Olympic distance with a 25-mile bike, I believe, and 10K at the end. Last year, I had all kinds of issues in my run at the triathlon, and I ended up, I think my average was 12 something per mile, which is, it means that I walked a lot, which I did. I was just so, I didn't have the running fitness because of my injury, and my injury came back after 2 miles, and it just kind of destroyed me. So it's one of the things, running is, you're so injury prone. It's hard to stay injury free in a run. On the bike, it's much easier. It's a low impact sport, right? So looking forward to the triathlon, New York City Triathlon coming up this year. Also really trying to find a half Ironman that I can do this year. Looking to get into that longer distance. Not sure which one I will do. I haven't found one yet, but excited to get out there and give that a shot. I'm going to be doing a lot more crit racing as well, which is totally different than this. In this kind of race, you can't draft. Like, I can't get behind that guy. I'll get a penalty of like 2 minutes. And it's all a time trial, and I'm definitely looking at my Garmin to see how many watts I'm doing, and I'm just trying to stay above 200. With this kind of course, with all the hills, it's a little hard, but when it's flat, I'm definitely looking down, and I'm making sure that I'm staying on track. In a crit race, you don't look at your Garmin at all. I mean, you can, but first of all, you're so close to everybody. You need to keep your eyes up, super focused on what's happening. And it's super surgy, so there's a lot of power surges. You're going up to 600, 800 watts for 10 seconds and then back down, and it's totally not what this is like. So got races coming up. I'm gonna leave this up for you guys to finish watching. If you're interested in these duathlons, you can check out the bike course. A lot of fun. Definitely recommend it, especially if you're a beginner. Super chill. There are a lot of people, a lot of pretty competitive people in here. A bunch of super bikes, a bunch of people running like 5-minute miles, 5 to 6 minute miles. And then just hammering the bike. I'm sure there are people like pushing 300 plus watts on the course. But then there's just a lot of average Joe types who just want to get out there, do some exercise. A lot of people just having a good time. Very friendly race. Highly recommend it if you want to get into this sport. So thanks again for watching. If you're not subscribed, I will be posting up videos of all my races. Feel free to subscribe. Hit that notification button, hit the like button, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And if you have any experience in this, any tips, I would highly appreciate it. And that is it. I'll see you at the next race. Peace.